Hey guys, Nina here, welcoming you to another reading from the Ladies of Horror Picture Prompt Monthly Challenge, hosted by Elaine Pascale on her channel, The Godmother of Horror. If you'd like to read along or read previously published pieces, please visit spreadingthewritersword.com or ladiesofhorror.com. In the meanwhile, enjoy the reading.
Haunted to Hold by Lisa Harris. The haunting of Rebecca continued right up to the night before the wedding. Her nerves, already frayed from the weight of seating plans, floral arrangements, and her soon-to-be mother-in-law, were now like shredded skin around gnawed fingers. The disembodied voices crying her name, desperately seeking her out, she could dismiss, just as the pressures of pre-wedding social demands. A natural introvert, Rebecca had never spoken to so many people in her life. No wonder she was hearing her own name in her sleep, and the creeping chill circling her temples, slippity sliding down her chest and settling around her heart like a glacial vice, was just bridal jitters. Probably. But the knocking, thorns, the knocking. How many times this last week alone had she startled her groom-to-be, Michaelis, and rankled their housekeeper, Elsberta, with the crash of a shattered teacup because she'd been caught unaware by a sudden booming knock heard only by her, as if some monstrous fist demanded entry into the very core of her sanity. Poor Michaelis! He was baffled and alarmed at the nervous whims of his future bride, but secretly blamed himself for them. He thought it only natural that Rebecca's subconscious was trying to save her from the vampiric curse of his family name and the mausoleum that was Roseblood Manor. But his love for her was as possessive and selfish as it was initially forbidden. He couldn't live without her, nor she without him. Michaelis couldn't tell if Rebecca's haunting was paranormal or just a terrible burden of their infernal love. Love that was costing them both dearly. Michaelis his immortal soul's honor, and his wife-to-be her once willfully strong mind, a mind he loved as much as her mortal beauty. Rebecca was weeping in the rose garden, her form ethereally lit under the moon, frail ivory hands clawing at her raven black curls. Make it stop. Go away. Leave me be, she moaned to the eerie voices tangling in her ears. Michaelis found her just after midnight, technically the day of their wedding, and swept her up into a shivering bundle, striding back into the manor and settling her onto her four-poster bed. He made to leave, but she grabbed his arm. Michaelis, I'm sorry. Rebecca, you are my soul. It pains me to see you so. If severing ties with me is the only way to cure the spectral affliction. No, I love you. I love you too, but I want to be with you forever. Please? We could ask the priestess if she knows how to banish whatever is pulling me away from you. I just want to be with you. Michaelis' face softens. Forever? Rebecca giggled through her tears. Forever. Michaelis held her slim face in his broad hands and pressed his lips to hers. Rebecca had chosen her fate. She would stay with him forever. The distant knocking thundered to a deafening crescendo. Not another feckin' one, what? Moans Patty, spinning the dusty gaming chair, revealing the desiccated corpse of Rebecca Moore. His Dublin City Council colleague, Paddy, finishes kicking his way through the front door, setting down his sledgehammer. Ay, Jesus, how long has this one been plugged in for? Patty tugs Rebecca's head to the side and unceremoniously yanks out the hot pink wires, fusing her temples to the strange gaming console before her. Judging by the state of these cables, I'd say she's been stuck in there a few months. See, they're fried, all fritzed at the end. Water damage. Starved to death without even knowing. Stupid bitch. Patty tosses the wires to the ground and switches off the monitor, blinking out the loading screen for Immersiverse Fantasy Life Romantasy Expansion. Potty kicks aside festering rubbish and settles himself on the couch, taking out his cigarettes and gazing in disgust around the moldy little flat. Time was when people stopped paying rent. It was 'cause they were off a bag of sniff or to rock. Now it's all this hooking your brain up to a computer bollocks. Dangerous stuff. Bigger killer than cancer. He takes a hearty drag of the cigarette. And who's going to tell the sister? Wasn't she the one who called it in herself? Wasn't answering the door? Banging away in a mad panic for weeks? Patty snorts. Not our department. We called the piggies. Let them handle it. He quickly checks the other rooms. A kitchenette and a tiny bathroom hidden behind a repurposed twilight shower curtain. No one else here. Only Rebecca's body. Jesus knows where her soul is. In the feckin' Matrix or something. Patty thinks cruelly. He snaps a photo of the dead girl, evidence for his rent collection report, then nods at Potty. Time to go. Lunchtime pints are calling. Just as well. A bride must not be disturbed on her wedding night.